Just wanted to share something with you. Philippians 4 is just an amazing chapter, and I really hope that during these few weeks you've been able to dive into it and really spend some time learning from it, because we've all mentioned Philippians 4 somewhere, whether it's 4:6 about being anxious for nothing, or 4:8 and 9 about thinking about whatever is true, noble, just, lovely, excellent. But I came across now Philippians 4:11, and it says, "I'm not saying this because I'm in need or have learned to be content, whatever the circumstances. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty." You see, Paul wrote the majority, I'm going to say 90% of the scriptures that he wrote from prison. He wrote from a place of being isolated, captive, alone with his thoughts, alone with a whole different sense of environment and life, completely different than ever before. And he was very, very effective in being used during this time. And I'm bringing to our attention the word content. He's learned to be content whatever the circumstances in verse 11. So he goes from talking about being anxious for nothing and then thinking positively to now, no matter what, I want to be content because God is in control. And so when you think about psychology and different things as anxiety and depression and PTSD and even grief, if you think about it, the one word that you have to get to in all of these situations is acceptance. The 5 stages of grief, the last one that you need to get to come to a place of healing is acceptance. And so I just want to encourage you to think about how Paul accepted his circumstances. He came to a place of saying, I know that things could be bad, I know that things could be good, but I accept whatever it is that I'm enduring right now, because God's grace is sufficient. In 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9, who wrote this? Paul wrote this. And he wrote, "But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power," that's God, "is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weakness, so that Christ's power may rest on me." Again, I want to encourage you to take this time. We have to accept where we're at. We can't worry, we can't stress, we can't be getting anxious over these things that are happening around us. Accepting where we're at and saying, God, what can you do with this? What are you doing in me? What are you doing through me? My life is yours. And I accept where things are right now, because God's grace is sufficient. And it's in our weakness that we let Him shine. Let Him be the light to those around us. Let Him be the one that gives us strength, and let Him be the one that encourages our heart when we feel down. So I just want to encourage you with those words, to come to a place of accepting no matter what's happening, to be content in all things as Paul was, giving God glory in Jesus' name.